just have one quick message that had been on my mind. It's been on my mind a lot of times. I don't know if you guys watched the movie. Most black people watch the movie, or most people, especially people with musician hearts, The Temptations. Most of those people were good people until an outsider lets you in. There's a part in the Bible where God said, I'll stand at the door and knock. Don't quote me exactly what he's saying. Basically, see if you let me in. I believe the devil stands outside our doors as well, trying to see if we can get in. A lot of those people were good people until things like drugs came into their life, outsiders came into their life with advice and trying to get you to turn on people who loved you, and they changed their whole demeanor, or sometimes tragedies happens as well. But I just say, I looked at a thing with the judge, this very beautiful judge. I can't think of her name, short hair lady. But she used to have long hair when she was little. Like that could mean so many people. But anyway, a beautiful lady. Just lost her husband. Yeah, even she said that she was having a court case, and the side piece came up and was telling how much she hated the old ex or whatever. And like, you have no reason, and she had to say, like, I don't like people on the side. And my message for you today is watch the people on the side. And the people on the side could be somebody who you are just sleeping with, somebody who was recently friends. We have to learn that, and I messed up in that area too. When gentlemen come into our life, and often these are not gentlemen, for some reason they have, I don't know if it is to combat that they are attracted to your friends or your family members, so they come hostilely to make you feel that you are above the other women in your life. I've noticed a lot of them just come with hostileness for our friends and our family. And I would understand it if these people were misusing us, abusing us, or being disrespectful to them in the relationship beyond just control, beyond, seeing abuse and misuse and not speaking on it. But, yeah, be careful of these outsiders. I think we allow, when we have a man in our life, before they even become husbands, we think we need their input on our children, too early, our impact on our relationship with our parents too early. We try to trauma bond, our impact on our siblings, and different things. And I notice that they weigh in on things that's really not their business. They're not even fully capable of loving us properly. They're cheating on us. They're mistreating us. And sometimes they are attracted to the person who they speaking down on, or they're envious of the person that they're speaking down on. And I just say, please be careful of these outsiders, because when I look back and I've had to seclude myself from my peace and sanity, a lot of the people, I can't pinpoint what my actual, there's a few of them that sat and said some very disrespectful stuff in my face, smile behind and help other people, but were totally evil to me. But that's only a selective few, which is a few too many. But the others, I can't say you did this to me. It was honestly just the way that you allowed my business to seep on to somebody else who judged me and kind of came in and broke us apart. Or I did not like the way they were treating you. Or, and then it just makes the situation so dangerous for people who, we're not going to break up from or let loose, because these people are mad tricky. A snake is a snake. If they do it to one, sometimes it's just a matter of time. And sometimes they've done it to people and you just don't know. People hold and harvest secrets out of love for people and forgive people. Yeah, I just say please be careful of the outsiders, because a lot of times when I look at things where me and a person isn't talking anymore, it was an outsider who envied the fact they thought that I was speaking ill of them. They made up in their mind that I didn't like them, that we were in competition. They made up in their mind that I was saying things, or I would say things to them to make that person not want to be around them. But honestly, a lot of times it'd be their actions, because that's one thing I don't try to do. I don't try to, even if somebody did me wrong, I know how fake people are. So me to tell you, some things I feel like I want to, but when somebody's close to somebody else, it'll come out the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just, be just a little bit more cautious. Like, did you ask? or what made them say that, you know what I'm saying? Just so that you can get at what I get at, or how was they looking at them when they said that, or, you know, different signs that I've seen from being around predators and evil people. And I've been around many because I'm a nice person, unfortunately, and that attracts evil people and people who feel like they can prey on you and use you. But yeah, these outsiders is a lot of reason why a lot of people are not family anymore, not connected anymore. And you feel like it's that person that you're mad at, but honestly, it's the outsider who was mad at them, who was afraid that you may go and venture off and be as well off as that person, or you may not need them anymore. A lot of people have been mean, and they don't really have anybody else around, and they want people around that they can manipulate and use. Even if they have people around who are strong, they're not going to be there, when you really, need them, or especially in empathetic situations, when you're at the hospital, when you're sick. They may be there, which is just as important. I don't know. You need jail bond, that's why I say you love everybody, because everybody has different things they can contribute to, and you don't judge somebody about what they can, and you don't make it mandatory that anybody do and be more than what they can or cannot. And even if they lie and say they cannot and they can, they still can't because they just refuse to, they're still like a can and a no. But please be careful of these outsiders, because like a lot of times that's what's breaking up you and your families. And when you find yourself in these nursing homes or on your deathbed or sick or in hard times and you don't have anybody around you, a lot of times these people separate you from people who love you and need you. Everybody, unless they're abusive, I just feel like has their own role and their own personality, and they should be loved and appreciated in your life unless they are abusive of some sort in a different way in your life. But yeah, they'll get you away from people because they don't even know these people. They just know you. And they're just trying to hold on to you. But a lot of times when they don't need you anymore, they're going to let you go. And you let go and broke bonds and different connections with other people who may have been able to fill that void when they were, when they're gone. And it leaves people alone. And I feel like devil stands there and knocks and figure out how he can separate you from your purpose, from your angels, from your family, from your loved ones, from people who can actually help you, benefit you, from you being somebody who can be helpful, beneficial. God has tried so many times to put me financially high because he knows my heart and he knows like my wisdom. And but so many people benefited from making it seem as if I was a bad mother or instead of me going having 3 different jobs, a temp job, housekeeping job, stuff that, might go until often the late hours because, I knew that's when my children were asleep. And what I had to do as a mom that other people couldn't understand, they out here saying that I'm off doing things that I've never done and never considered doing as a, but also don't judge. People come off with their own things to make it seem as if you are a bad person or a bad influence, or that if you were having a hard times, there's times where I go hard so that, because I know hard times are going to come, that I could be here and be there, where they make it hard for you to be there, because they're making it hostile. Nobody wants to be in a comfortable, hostile, predatorial surrounding, where somebody's just nitpicking and trying to just, that life is so full. I don't want to be around people who are taking my life. I want to be around people who are giving and adding to my life, whether it's taken emotionally or physically or whatever, I have the choice to not want to be around that, even though it makes somebody happy, it makes it feel like, oh, well, you're not strong or whatever they want to say, you're simple, whatever like that. I have a choice not to care how somebody on that level even thinks, and know that there's other people in higher levels who wouldn't be intimidated by my strength or feel so much powerful or more courageous because I'm taking the high road or I have things worth living for. A lot of these people giving up, only thing they have to live for is sometimes to destroy other people, and they're hoping destroying other people, and they're hoping as people fall off, they can collect inheritance or that's their come up. A lot of us are the people come up, when they say they miss you and they miss the way you used to be, when a person is a con person, they're going to miss being able to use you. They're going to miss being able to get friendships and laughs off of you, and have somebody to dish their hurt and pain off on, without fear that they're going to be next, or or maybe they feel like what they're going through now is because you're not around anymore. So just be careful with these I miss yous, because people will miss you, but they honestly usually miss a part of you that allowed them to misuse you. They might miss using your body. They might miss using you for their ego. They might miss having somebody they can crap on. This is people come ups, people licks. This is people shit. This is how they made it, how they survived it. In their mind, life was good. It wasn't good for you, but they're not thinking about you. You're finally thinking about you, but they want you to be how you was when they were coming up. They had nice cars because they probably stole and sold yours. They had this and that because people, some people will pay people off just to see you in pain. Yeah, I just want to say I love you guys. And it's hard to find true love out here. And true love is only a portion of it. You know what I'm saying? As much as I could love somebody, we have to find ways to be able to protect and invent laws that protect us, and be strong where things don't backfire on us, where we can be around for our children and our families and other people's children and people's families. And the devils are not winning, because right now they're kind of winning. We're getting them more awakened, but the further we get, sometimes the further they get to hold us back. So I just want to say I love you. I'm here with you. I've experienced things that you probably couldn't imagine. But all I can say is the more nicer you are, the lack of boundaries that you have, the more people feel like they can do. And the more people feel like, because you are positive with it, you have not endured, you have not experienced. So they feel like they're the one who's going to put the experience on you. Let me teach you a lesson. Let me humble you. Let you be under my control. You haven't found your purpose, so let me use you for my purpose. I think I said a whole lot in here, and I could feel almost like the Holy Spirit, like I could be a pastor with this lesson here. But yeah, I just say I love you. I could say God bless you. Some of us are totally here for you, and it is very hard. It's very difficult when people come together and just want to attack who you are and your character and different things like that. But yeah, so anyway, with that being said, I love you, and just be careful with the outsiders. And it's very hard when you get associated with people. I understand. I went through that. You try to save people, and it backfired in order to try to harm me. When people get associated with these people, people get that power. People enjoy controlling people, and it can be beyond. It could be in families. Some people like to be that big cousin, that big brother, that big sister. People don't want you to take that away from them. People even don't mind being the baby. They want that attention. Some people don't mind just being the popular one. Everything that they do needs to be a big family event. And then when it's somebody who's not that popular one, it's like, whatever. We got to do something else to stand up and be the one. I don't know what it is, but that's just the way life is. And some of you all are outshining without that effort, without that fakeness, without that I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But I'm also praying for those people, and that's another thing when I do things like this. What the hell it takes me not to do my videos, because there's always somebody listening for something to use towards you and hurt you, and using some sort of storybook to make it have some sort of meaning or witchcraft. And they twist your words. But honestly, even those people who are popular, who have this mentality, who want to control, I want to tell you I love you, and I want to tell you there is a God, and I feel like you are fighting a force that is not meant for you to feel. You're not supposed to be the God over anybody's life. If a man is to come into my life, I need him to know God. I don't want to be his God. I don't know everything. I tell my children all, I don't know everything. Most of my direction comes from God and my grandmother, who was connected to God, and the fact that we were raised in church. It's not that I know everything. Some things I just got lucky. Honestly, if you know God, he will change the situation around and look like you knew what the hell you was doing and you ain't know nothing. you can have a door A and B, and people without God, A works or B works. But when you got God, He gonna make whatever work, whatever door you go in, unless there's a lesson that it's still gonna work for you, It might be a lesson so that you don't choose the type of things and be again. But He got us. He got you. And you don't need to control everything. You don't need to control everyone. You don't need to manipulate everyone. You just need to love everyone and accept everyone and help people grow, and not in a way that you're demeaning them and controlling them and trying to take power over them. But I got on here to say, please beware of the outsiders, because a lot of these people are coming between mothers and daughters and mamas and daddies. And I'm enduring that. When I think about all these people, I actually love them. They love me. But there was always an outsider who maybe their spirit, I couldn't connect with. Maybe they felt that I was pulling an individual from them. They couldn't con me. Sometimes I couldn't put my finger on what was wrong. But God did. And He said, I don't want you in this scenario. I don't want you around this. They may love that individual, but they don't love you. And there's nothing that they won't do to get you away from that individual. And if you want to live and reach people and do what I called you to do, you're going to have to separate yourself, So, and I say that because there's a lot of people who act like, I don't know what she's mad at me for. I didn't do this or that to her. Some of them have been disrespectful in their words. And try to talk to you like you're a little child, or they're more woman than you, more mother than you. We're going to address that. But also, sometimes it's just who you're connected to. And sometimes if you want to heal the problem, you got to cut it at the root. You're not going to let go of that. I got to let go of you. They might not be, a lot of times they are. You can't see it. The person might not tell you. They might not be hurting you. They could love you, but they don't love me. And I don't love the feeling that I get around these individuals, And then some of these people have threatened and showed what the limit they will not go to in order to harm me. And I had to peep it and realize it, and or to separate me from somebody. And I want to be like OG and like, you can't separate nothing, But, sometimes God had to tell me what situations where they will bring me down, and the person that might even help them, because of the connection. Because there's one thing we can't do. We got to be real about it as women. And no matter how good we are to each other, we can't, and we don't want to. You know what I'm saying? When a man do something good, you kind of get hypnotized, I've been in that light. Like I said, I'm guilty. I feel like I've shared with a demon who I thought was on my side, and often I thought had my back. And allowed him to speak on situations he shouldn't have spoke on, and give advice that he had no business giving advice for it, because his life wasn't in order. I let him criticize me on things that they were doing 20 times worse. Him and people who he put above me and thought was more lady, more whatever. So I love you. God bless, and please be careful and loving with the people in your family, and be careful that you don't be around people who initiates taking you from people and controlling your life. Never get in any situation like that. That's why I said a video before that got the most popular likes. Is not that you don't want help. If you can get help, I get it from, like, you call 211, you see who has different resources, but in a way where they're not trying to control you. They're not trying to take you and use you. And that's hard to do. So with that not being possible, everybody has their own motives, no matter where they work at. I just say be self-sufficient. And it's hard. Like I said, I done had 2 or 3 jobs and still haven't been able to be self-sufficient at times. I've had still struggle. Still haven't met that minimum wage, middle class barrier. Because sometimes if you do improve in one area, you lose in another. Like, I thought maybe if I made this bracket here, I didn't realize it would take away benefits from there, So they have a thing to keep us all poor and under. So it's already hard. We're already reaching for something we may never get. That's why I kind of wish that we all could come together and make what we have work, where somebody may have a little bit more here, a little bit more there, but they're getting benefits here. I feel like we need to be our own government, especially as Black people, especially as a minority, especially as women. You know, a lot of women are being preyed on. We need to be our own security systems and look out for each other. And they're hoping that we don't care. You know, that was happening with Black. They're hoping that we don't care. You know, so or we don't take action. And I'm not saying like risk your life. We're not Jesus, you know, but we just need to come together and find ways to make things safer for each other, safer for dating, safer for Ubering, safer for our children. Places where we don't have to risk having these baby daddies and they new girlfriends or new wives who really don't like us, you know, in those scenarios where we're dependent on them. We just don't ever want to be dependent on nobody but God, you know. We want to be appreciative. But you basically want to hold your own, you know. And I just say that out of love, because if you don't, somebody will hold you under their own purpose. I love you. God bless you. And please be safe and please be careful. And there's no perfect way. I don't know everything. So you can get that off of trying to prove that I don't know everything. I already know that. I'm telling you, if you would have talked to me, I could have been told you that, you know. There's legal ways to do things. Just because I'm still making it and making a way, not because I did anything crooked or illegal. And I don't judge those who have. I've just been blessed that I haven't had to, that never topped my mind until I hear these people trot off and tell these people that that's what I've been doing. You know, people take any scenario, any situation, instead of seeing it to help you, they'll use it as a lie to humiliate you and embarrass you. A lot of people envy the way people love you. So just know when you're attacked that way, that's because somebody sees a purpose in you. Somebody loves you. Somebody is inspired by you. And they think they are, honestly, usually, the attacker is. But they see that and they don't want other people to see that. And I just think that that's a way of getting, like I said, that's their lick, you know. So it's like, well, maybe I can get your popularity by making them see you differently. Now they can see me differently. Now they can look for me for information about you, even though it's not true and I'm making it up. There's so many games out here. Just please be careful with I miss you. You know, when a person gets to I miss you, that's it. I had to learn that. If they do it once, they'll do it again. I don't care how much they're smiling and trying to bait you back in. People are going to miss using you. They're going to miss being able to disrespect you. They're going to miss having you under their control. They're going to miss stealing your money, damaging your property, seeing you sad. Now you're out here glowing. You're reaching God. The people who were popular, who had the money and the help and the name and the endorsements and all of that, and you just had yourself in God, and you and your circle is excelling. You just know how powerful and impactful that is. There is a right way to do things, and I think that's what these people didn't want you to know. And I love you guys, and I've never wanted you guys to do anything things are always going to be illegal, but anything that endangers you, I want it to be in ways that empowers us and helps and uplifts our children and our cousins and our families and our brothers and our sisters, and where we don't have to be at each other's necks. You know, and I'm thankful for these different things where we can help if we can't be together, where we can like cash out somebody a few dollars. Just do that every now and then. If somebody is graduating, send a couple balloons, send some love to people, okay? You know, hugs if you can't touch them. You know, I love you guys. God bless you. And I've never had an envious heart towards a gay person, a child, or anything else like that. You know, I might reciprocate, you know, if you don't want to love and take care of mine, I'm still going to love yours, but I'm not about to, and I have actually, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm used to watch everybody, kids. I don't watch. There's one person who's been here for me. And besides, if I ever get grandchildren, praise God that I'm this age and I still don't have them. But yeah, that's it for me and kids. Because there's nothing that those people can do to change my heart, you know, not that other people have not, but they ain't not about to make me look no fool. And I had to do, if you have not heard the stuff that I've had to experience, doing it legally and respectfully and with integrity is not an easy thing. Not an easy thing. People will try to shit on you literally. People will try to embarrass you. People will be mad that you're getting higher than what they wanted. You know, people will be mad people will be mad who even have a crush on you. I had been homeless and had people, they thought that I was out. Even when I think back in school, I thought people was flat gorgeous. And they would try to ask people who likes who likes who. And I'm thinking, who would like me? And then you find out a lot of people did, you know, a lot of people didn't like that person. And they knew that. But I was just thinking like, I thought it was just a ritual to embarrass me because who would like me? So and I guarantee you that. Look back on your pictures. Sometimes when they called you fat, they were fatter. They called you ugly, they were uglier. Especially their spirits. Sometimes they say you were not Christian enough. You were the most. You were the most connected to God. And I just wish you the best, and I just say anything about whatever it is, because a lot of it has not come to me, but the way people act come to me. I'm not against anybody. I wish people, love. I don't care if it's the same sex, not the same sex, as long as you're not endangering and hurting anybody, and even yourself, because I love you. That's just the way my heart is. And I'm not perfect. I'm not Jesus, and I shouldn't be held to Jesus. I've had things I may disagree with, things I may be growing. Some things may not feel the same way I did when I was younger, but I just said we're here to judge. We're here to love and not judge. And I'm not judging you. And a lot of people look at me, I guess, because I have these certain standards, because I've experienced certain things. And honestly, I was raised by excellence. I just can't explain my grandparents. And I had a pretty good standard, so I may have higher standards, but I guarantee you I don't look down on anybody at all. I don't look down on anybody. I may want more for you, but you have to want more for yourself. And I could be better myself. I've seen some people who are on the corner who decide to be stay on the street, and they have had more hearts, more love, lay down their life. Best people you ever met in your life. I met people higher up, and they sitting worried about me. The most evil people I've ever seen in my life, trying to make sure I don't come up, because I'm doing it integrate. It will last longer, But I love you, God bless. I'm going to end that because, like I said, one of my favorite people are calling, and I don't have too many of those. And I'm probably going to end everything with, if you see another person that they got into interfere with a relationship with my sister. And if you ever listen to anything that I ever say and ever did, you are always on my mind. I'm always praying for you. I love you. It's not my fault, your fault that you were adopted. I don't like the people who made it my fault and your fault. And I don't even make my mother's fault. It's not about judgment. It's about just what's right and how would somebody feel if it was done. I don't even like the adoption centers. You don't separate sisters. You don't separate brothers unless, they grow to do it on their own, not as a choice, But I know when I know her, that was not her choice. So I'm going to believe that it's not now. And if it was, I'm still going to love you to the day I die, And I'm sorry that life is not perfect, that we had to be in these scenarios where we just couldn't be loving and around each other and just have a normal situation, a normal family. But with this one biggering and this one trying to be better than that one, and, and the competition, and then it's the secrets that I don't know that you may have had to endure that has to be hidden, and they know I'm very vocal. And, yeah. I love you. I love everyone, but I just want to let her know that with everything I do, that you've always been in the back of my mind, and we would have been okay. A lot of things I endured was from those people who were trying to separate us or make it seem like I was not stable and not this, or the cause of things that made me feel unstable, because they were triggered, or some people have their different reasons. A lot of things happen because people want money, honestly. And I pray that we have some sort of income that people don't feel that they don't even need money like that they have to get it through inheritances or separating people or trying to say that mothers are unstable when they are, and or at least doing the best that they can, because I don't think nobody does mothering perfect. We just do the best that we can, and sometimes it comes out good. But I think anything with God in it comes out better. So I love you. God bless you. And I pray that that's not happening for anybody else. I believe siblings should be and love each other, treat each other right. And I wish I could have done better as well. I wish I could do better. I always feel like God had always tried to make me be that stable financial person. That's why I have been so many times attacked in my finances, because I think that would have changed so many scenarios. So many people were trusted because they had the money. They have the money now, and it wouldn't look like, if they were using, what I'm saying? It wouldn't look like what it is, what I'm saying? Because even though you have the money now, who wouldn't want extra money? Look at these rich people. They have the money. They just want, they still in business. They're still working, But when you don't have the money, it looks like you're trying to use people, or you don't know how to manage things, And I just had like a lot of untrust, and it was created an illusion. And now that I do well with what the little bit I have, that I had to scrape and scrub and work so hard for it, which I did then before it was stolen. It's like it shines and outshines, and it irritates people because it's not like our lives are being exposed. So just keep living your truth, and their lives will be exposed. Everything they try to say that you're not a good mother, you're not a good mom, you're not a good wife, you can never be a wife, you're not good with finances, you're not connected to, for whatever reason they say I'm not connected to God. I could never, like I said, God has been so on me and in my life that sometimes instant. He don't play about me, but they thought it was my grandmother, and he got even stronger with his love. That I understood who God is and the Christ. I thought it was my grandmother too, but I got even more love and protection after she left. So I know she's not here anymore unless He sent her to specifically be my angel. I don't know, but I love you. God bless you, and you're always on my mind. My brother's always on my mind. My children are always on my mind. My sisters and brothers, the one particular who has been there, the best that she, could. I didn't expect her to come and sit on the street with me when I was homeless, but the best that she could, that took me in, when I had money, she was the one who was not misusing me for my money, but the only one who took me in, and people, who took everything from me didn't offer me anything. They just laughed. Like they said, you thought, Anyway, whole different scenario. But just be careful of your insiders. And like I said, a lot of these are people they were connected to, people they were dated, in-laws. And I just feel like as families, we need to make it sure that those people do not have an input and a say, should not be checking, saying anything to our family in a safe way. Just know these people before you bring them into our family. So when you see that you're struggling and you have connections that you don't have, just look at your connections and your insiders, and they should never been inside. I hope I see what I was trying to say. I guess, and if you don't get it, I guess just look at Temptations when David Ruffin had that guy and they didn't know his last name. They're like, who is that man? He was separating him from everything, from Tammy, from his musician, his everything, and then in the end, David had nothing, but was still trying to get what they make it seem like those drugs or whatever just broke him away. It wasn't just that guy. It was, But anyway, I love you. God bless you. Thank you for everybody who made this possible to be able to reach out to people where we can share each other's stories without blaming and shaming anybody. Just to say, this is my story. This is my experience. I don't want to use anything. I don't need your pity. I tell people when I see that all the time, I don't need what do I need your pity for? People think that you're sharing things because you need pity. You need sympathy. I think a lot of people need to grow empathy and connect with God. But no, I don't need your sympathy. And I don't think nobody else, and I speak for several people, when they're not reaching out for that, they probably just want somebody to listen to them. And it helped me to hear the different influencers say that this is, and I'm looking at them as beautiful people, strong people, and they had weak areas or people, and they became strong because they were weak, And I'm so proud of those individuals. I'm so proud of these platforms. I'm so proud of these people who are changing their lives, the men who were attacking me just because, like I said, God, we can see things. Other people don't, They only see right now how I can benefit from it. But when you are connected to God, you can see where it is leading. You can look at all the other lives lost in that direction. And you can say, no, I don't want this for you, And I had so many attacks because I didn't want some of those lifestyles for especially people who I loved in those connections. But I saw better. I saw the king in them, the queen in them, and I wanted better for them. And that just stirred up or whatever. But now people are realizing that, yeah, this is not working out. A lot of people were lied on and gone and misused and abused and for nothing. And they didn't gain anything. The children didn't get left anything. They just left out of here tired, 20 years younger than me, looking 40 years older than me. People, God is just the right way to go, okay? I love you. God bless you. And I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.